Chapter 10, July 27th at 9:08 p.m. Blaine, are you hiding? Kurt, of course. Blaine, Finn's online? Kurt, and Rachel. I think they're fighting. I'm not sure if she's laughing or crying. She's listening to Adele. Blaine, probably crying then. But they're not dating? Kurt, no, they haven't been together for a couple of years. But it's like every once in a while they hook up. And Rachel was in Ohio, 4th of July weekend, and they were at a party, and ... Blaine, ooh, sounds complicated, possibly overwrought. Kurt, that's a good way to describe them. One time in high school they got engaged. Blaine, am I allowed to roll my eyes? Kurt, of course. Blaine, I roll. Kurt, anyway, I don't think they can help themselves. Blaine, I'm nodding. You can't see me, though. Kurt, no, you're right. Nodding doesn't translate well to I am. Perhaps we should take this to Skype? At 9:37 p.m. Blaine, oh, my camera isn't working. Maybe next time. Kurt, yeah, sure. How are the little a-holes? Blaine, surprisingly less a-holey than usual. No one slapped anyone this week, or peed in the pool, which I'm taking as a personal victory. Kurt, I would too. I'm sure it's only under your watchful eye that they've learned to behave themselves. Getting back to the matter at hand, though. Blaine, question mark? Kurt, do you like to cry to Adele, Blaine? Blaine, it's the only way to cry. Kurt, okay. So, they make a movie of your life. What song has to go on the soundtrack? Blaine, OMG, I love this question. We haven't really talked about music. Kurt, no, we haven't. We've been too busy mocking people in our class and comparing eccentricities. I suppose music is a pedestrian topic compared to your Sim's recent divorce. Are you a music lover? Blaine, yes. I want to be a music teacher, actually. Side note, I'd been toying with a kindergarten teacher, but camp ruined 5-year-olds for me. I play piano and guitar. I write stuff, music, lyrics, sometimes, crappy stuff, but I love the process. Kurt, hello enthusiasm! I love music too. I was in Glee Club in high school. Blaine, I wish I had the nerve to be involved in high school. Kurt, it was definitely the best part of HS for me. Good times. Blaine, Waiting for My Real Life to Begin by Colin Hay. That would be my soundtrack song. I can picture the montage already. What about you? Kurt, I should never ask questions that I myself don't know the answer to. Blaine, lol. Kurt, I could take the easy way out and say Born This Way, but I feel like there's something else. Blaine, sometimes there's nothing wrong with taking the easy way. Kurt, that's sort of profound, Blaine. Blaine, I know, it's impressive. Sometimes I channel fortune cookie wisdom. Kurt, you're a regular Confucius. Blaine, I think we need a font for wryness. Kurt, I'll add it to the list. Now we have wryness, level-headedness, teasing, stupidity, which we could use Joker Man for, I made a note. Sarcasm. I think that's it so far. Blaine, you're a tool, D. Marshall? Kurt, yes, we need that one too. Blaine, I can't call her anything else except D. Marshall, even though I know her name is Deirdre. Kurt, I know. I want to use it as an insult in real life. You're such a D. Marshall. Blaine, ha! Kurt, speaking of real life, I'm going to be in Ohio the first weekend in August. Are you going to be around? Maybe we could meet in Columbus or something? I don't know, no big deal. Blaine, first weekend in August, I'm going to Cleveland with my brother. He's got tickets to see the Indians. Kurt, you like baseball? Blaine, It's okay. I like hanging out with my brother. Kurt. Aw. Blaine. I know, family values. Kurt. Do I dare ask how things are with your dad? Blaine. Sigh. I don't know. I want to tell you something, but I hope you don't think less of me. At 10:03 p.m. Kurt. Blaine? Did you fall asleep? Blaine. Huh. No, I'm just embarrassed. Kurt. It's okay. You don't have to tell me. You realize you brought it up, right? Blaine. Yeah, I haven't come out to my parents yet, and it's... Kurt. Oh. Blaine. Weighing me down. Kurt. Got it. Totally got it. Blaine. So yeah. Kurt. Well, I mean, it's not easy. I believe I've mentioned that my dad is amazing, and even he had trouble at first. I mean, he was nice about it, but he was uncomfortable. Blaine. What about your mom? Kurt. Oh, my mom died when I was 8. Blaine. I'm sorry. Stupid question. I should have thought of that. Kurt. No, it's okay. Blaine. I guess I just thought they were divorced or something. I never considered. Kurt. I do wonder sometimes how she would have reacted. Anyway, it's not gonna be easy. Blaine. I know. I see a therapist who I've been going to since I was little. Yes, I'm coming out to you about going to therapy. And we've been talking about this a lot, trying to come up with a strategy. Kurt. Can I ask why you started going to therapy? Blaine. I wouldn't talk in school. Kurt. So, you really are shy, huh? Blaine. Painfully. Most of the time. I wasn't exaggerating. Kurt. I'm nodding. Blaine. Maybe we need a nodding font? Kurt. On the list. Blaine. Anyway, I don't really know how to handle it. Coming out. Paula suggested maybe I should talk to you about it, since you have actually come out. And Paula is a 56-year-old straight woman with a husband of 34 years. She thinks you might be a better source for material. Also, she knew that telling me to talk to you about it would make me have to talk about it. And talking is good. Bottling stuff up is bad. I'm rambling. At 10:37 p.m. Blaine. Kurt? Kurt. You told Paula about me? I'm flattered. Blaine. Yeah, we just talk about my life, and I guess you're part of my life. Kind of a lot these days. Kurt. I'm blushing. Blaine. Me too, but that's not particularly rare for me. Kurt. Blushing font added to the list. Blaine. Where the hell are we going to find all these fonts? Kurt. Don't change the subject. Blaine. Don't reprimand me. You're not my camp counselor. Kurt. Ha! Anyway, I think the only way to come out is just to do it. I mean, you have to at some point. I guess you don't have to, but it would be like living a lie. Blaine. I know. I do know. It doesn't mean I'm not scared, like really scared. Kurt. Maybe tell them that you're scared? Be honest with them. You're scared to tell them, but you need them to know. I don't know how to delicately ask this. Blaine. Just do it then. I can take it. Kurt. Do you think they're going to, disown you, or just be sad/disappointed/confused, etc.? Blaine. I don't know. I'd like to think that they love me enough just to love me no matter what. Kurt. Which is what you should be able to expect from your parents, unconditionally. Blaine. I think they'll be mad or something, but not disown me. Kurt. Okay, that's important. That's good. Blaine. I was thinking I'd come out to Cooper when I see him, my brother, to see what he thinks. Kurt. Do you think he might be willing to be there when you tell them? Blaine, I think he probably would. I never thought of that. That might help. Kurt, good. Blaine, thanks, Kurt. That's like a really good idea. I would have never thought to ask Cooper to be there. I feel better about this. Kurt, good. Blaine, I feel like I should give you something for helping me. Do you want to hear a song? Kurt, sure? At 10:52 p.m. Blaine, it's me playing the piano. It's not long. I'm not singing or anything, just messing around on the piano. But I got some editing stuff on my computer, and I wanted to record myself. Usually I play the song on guitar, but it slowed down and changed the key a bit for the piano. Kurt, okay. Blaine, I'll email it to you. At 11:07 p.m. Kurt, I literally just listened to this 8 times. This is you? Blaine, yes. Kurt, you wrote this. Blaine, yeah. I know it's not perfect. I mess up. Kurt, it's amazing, Blaine. It's delicate yet bouncy? Blaine, I think I could get behind that description. So you really like it? Kurt, I just put it on my iPod. I love it. What's it about? Blaine, insert blushing font. Oh, nothing. Just a silly little tune. Kurt, lol. It's late. Work in the morning. Blaine, yeah. Thanks for talking to me, Kurt. I mean about everything tonight. But, like, in general, too. Kurt, it's fun. Nice. I want to find a better word than nice. It's better than nice. Blaine, perhaps it's amiable, engaging, ineffable, winsome. Kurt, you're totally looking at a thesaurus. Blaine, I just like having a lot of words in my arsenal. Makes me feel smart. Kurt, so you're at war then? Blaine, sometimes. Not right now, though. Kurt, I think you're winsome. Blaine, I think you're ineffable. Night, Kurt. Kurt, night, Blaine. Winsome, adjective, sweetly or innocently charming. Ineffable, adjective, too great to be described in words. Chapter 11. On Saturday morning, Blaine gets a call from his dad. His car died in the parking lot of his office. Yes, his dad goes in on Saturdays more often than not, and he needs Blaine to pick him up at the dealership where it was towed. Blaine can tell his father is fuming mad. The car is only a couple months old, and apparently it has a faulty electrical system. Blaine knows this trip will be filled with landmines, but he has to go get him. His mom's at a baby shower. When his father gets in the car, he greets Blaine with a, "Damn car, it better be fixed before we leave for vacation." At least his rage is focused at the car rather than Blaine. Poor car, Blaine thinks. He's also thrilled that he isn't going on vacation with his parents. Can't miss the last week of camp. That's when they have color war. He just nods as he pulls out of the lot. In a rare moment of spontaneity, his father suggests they stop at the new coffee place that just opened on their way home. Blaine hasn't been there yet, but he agrees, because it's easier to agree. Coffee has been known to soothe the savage beast, which is how Blaine thinks of his father's anger. When they get inside, the place is fairly packed. Blaine isn't paying much attention to what's going on, just reading the menu and thinking about coffee. When it's his turn to order, he just asks for an iced mocha. It pops out without any duress. But then the girl behind the counter asks for his name. His dad has already made his way down the line to wait for his drink, and Blaine looks around, suddenly aware that his vocal cords are locked. The girl behind the counter just looks at him as he tries to clear his throat and jar the word loose. This. Nothing's happening, though, and he starts to shake his head. "Are you okay? Are you having a seizure or something?" the girl asks, her face suddenly becoming fearful. Blaine knows he can't explain. There are no words that will get through right now. Other people are looking too, but his father remains oblivious. The woman in line behind him touches his arm. "Do you need help? Are you here by yourself?" He hears other voices now, all slightly panicked, all talking about him. Maybe we should call an ambulance? I don't know anything about seizures. If he falls to the ground, we have to make sure he doesn't swallow his tongue. Everything is falling apart. The world is blurring at the edges. This is why Blaine doesn't order coffee at places like this. This is everything he fears. This is why. This is everything that's wrong with him. He has to get out of here immediately. He can't even get his father's attention to signal that he's going out to the car. Instead, he just puts his hands firmly over his mouth, shakes his head violently, and runs from the store. "Oh, maybe he was going to throw up," the girl behind the counter exclaims as the door to the shop closes behind Blaine. Outside is so bright, and Blaine's so distracted by his thoughts for a minute he can't find the car. For a minute he can't find his breath. This is why you can never. He lets himself start to cry, even though he really doesn't want his father to find him crying in the car. However, Blaine knows that if he doesn't release a little of this bottled-up emotion, he may really be sick. Tears over vomit any day. He gets in the car and bows his head on the steering wheel. Why does this happen? Why do these things happen just when he thinks he might be making progress? This is why you can never meet Kurt. And why does he let them, these situations, bring him so far, so fast? He takes deep breaths in, out, count to 10, clenches fists, unclenches fists, blink, breathe, stop crying. It's not worth crying. Wipe your eyes. In another minute, his father is at the car, too. What the hell just happened in there, Blaine? People are talking about some boy having a seizure or an attack of some kind, and when I looked around, you weren't there. What happened? What's your problem? He doesn't say anything. He knows the answer, but he can't do this yet. He buries his face in his hands and breathes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He removes his hands from his face and turns to his father. With the barest trace of quiet rage in his voice, Blaine says exactly what he's wanted to say for the past 19 years. My problem is you. Blaine can feel all the words building in his throat. Every unspoken thought he's had about his father is coming up, and they all want out. His father scoffs. Don't do this, Blaine. Don't make my day worse. Why? You always make my day worse. You've never, ever given me a break. So why would I give you a break? Blaine suddenly feels like a truth machine, churning out truths faster than he even knew he could think them. Do you really want to do this, Blaine? Do you really want to pick this fight with me when the person you're really mad at is yourself? His father's right. He is mad at himself, but that doesn't make Blaine wrong. I am mad at myself, but I'm more mad at you. And I'm mad at the whole world for being so fucking inconsiderate and selfish. Blaine is shocked that he just swore like that in front of his father. But Blaine is finally, thoroughly, fully angry. Not disappointed or hopeless. Blaine is angry, with a capital A. Do you think I'm inconsiderate and selfish? His father asks with a warning twitch of his eyebrows. I think you're the king of inconsiderate and selfish. And I don't just think that about how you treat me. I think that about how you treat Mom, too. You treat her like she's hardly more than a hired servant. Blaine is on fire now. His face is on fire, his words are flames. This is everything he's ever wanted to say. Don't bring my relationship with your mother into this. That is none of your business. This is about you and me. Let's call it for what it is. I have a feeling you've just been waiting for an opportunity to say these things since you got home this summer. Since I got home? Blaine sneers. I've been waiting to say these things my whole life. I finally found my voice, you arrogant son of a bitch. He's so happy he didn't stutter on the word bitch. Small victories. You obviously didn't find your voice in the coffee place, his father mocks. Blaine's jaw drops. That was low. That was really fucking low, but I'm not surprised. Why do you hate me? Why are you so hateful? These are the questions that Blaine has wanted answers to for his whole life. He can't believe he finally asked. I don't hate you. I don't know you. You never let me in. His father suddenly seems sad, but Blaine's not having any of it. He moves in for the jugular. You've never given me any reason to think you wanted in. You won't even look at me. You don't listen to me. I don't think you've ever heard a single word I said. Blaine has been building these thoughts for so long, he's not sure if he's going to be able to stop them all from leaking out now. I stopped trying to talk to you a long time ago. You would just reject me. I couldn't handle that from my own father, so I walked away. Blaine is winding down a little now. He can feel himself starting to close off and lose his momentum. I hear you make excuses and avoid shit. I see you walk away from opportunities because you're too big of a coward to even try. Another low blow, Pops, Blaine thinks. But again, he's not surprised. He's falling apart around the edges again, and he knows he needs to just get one more thing out. One last thought before he loses it. If I'm a coward, it's because you made me that way. You could have helped me. You're my father. You used to stutter. His voice is dying out now, fading as his anger recedes into sadness and shame. You could have helped me. I believe that you needed to help yourself. His father's voice is filled with an emotion that Blaine can't quite place. I needed you. The ride back to the house is icy, to say the least. Blaine feels drunk on his emotions and just can't wait to go crash into his bed. He really wishes he had an iced mocha. This is why he can never meet Kurt. A moment from Blaine's mom. Whatever happened between those two today is making this house a terribly tense place to be right now. My husband's stormy silence is telling because he rarely makes a secret of his anger. Bellowing is the term I like to use for the way he behaves after a fight with one of his sons. But this is different. This is unnerving. I've tried to work as a go-between, a broker for a truce, but they're both so alike when they're being stubborn. Whatever this is, I think they're actually embarrassed. I know what Blaine is like when he's embarrassed, so I can say for sure that's what this is with him. My husband is harder to pin down. He's lost his humility somewhere along the way. But I think whatever happened today shook him to his core, and it shamed him. I just have a hard time imagining Blaine shaming his father, although if that's the case, I think I might be just a little bit proud of him. Blaine fights such unpleasant battles with the world, but the worst are always with his dad. If he, for even a moment, gave the man pause, it would be such a big win for Blaine. I have no idea how to fix this. I just know I don't want to be around either of them right now. Where's Cooper when I need him to even up the sides? Chapter 12. August 16th at 9:08 p.m. Blaine. How much chicken would be considered too much chicken to consume over the course of any given day? Kurt. How much chicken have you eaten today, Blaine? Blaine. Well, my parents are out of town, and I've been forced to fend for myself. And I ate 10 chicken McNuggets for lunch. Kurt. That's not bad. Blaine. And an entire supermarket roasted chicken for dinner. Accidentally. Kurt. How do you accidentally eat an entire rotisserie chicken? Blaine. You take an 11-mile run and get hungry. Kurt. I don't even know what to say. Speechless. Blaine. I really like chicken. Kurt. Apparently. I'll add that to my list of things I know about you. Really likes chicken. Blaine. What else is on that list? Kurt. I don't know. Stuff. Blaine. You look just like me! Did your face get stuck too, Kurt? Kurt. Insert eye-rolling font. Blaine. Aw, Kurt. Kurt. When does camp end? Blaine. August 22nd. Kurt. And when will you be back in NY? Blaine. Labor Day weekend. I fly out on the 30th. So many questions, Kurt. So curious. Kurt, just being nosy. Blaine, I worry sometimes about going back to school, that I might end up accidentally meeting D. Marshall in real life. Kurt, I should be more worried. I'm actually an English major. You're safe and sound in education classes and music theory. Pfft. Blaine, did you ever figure out what year she is? Maybe she'll be in your junior seminar. Kurt, bite your tongue. Blaine, it's possible. Kurt, I can't even imagine her discussing the Canterbury Tales. Blaine, I can. It will be an exercise of patience for everyone involved. Kurt, I have a feeling she looks like Snooky. Blaine, sorry, I fell out of my chair laughing, because I think D. Marshall probably is Snooky, using a fake name, trolling the online classes of NYU. Kurt, any way you cut it, you know D. Marshall has a terrible fake tan. Blaine, terrible. Kurt, so your parents are away. Gonna have a hot party, a rager, a kegger, something involving a shot luge? At 9:18 p.m. Matt, so what's going on now? Blaine, I don't know. We're just talking about chicken. Matt, chicken? I've seen you eat an entire roast chicken in one sitting. Blaine, yeah, I did that today. Matt, are you or are you not currently confessing your love of chicken to a complete stranger on the internet? Blaine, I am. Matt, how's he taking it? How do you think he feels about your passion for chicken? Blaine, he seems to be accepting of it. Matt, well, that's important. I'd hate to see chicken come between the two of you, like if he was vegan or something. Blaine, I worry that I'm going to come between us. Matt, further information needed. Blaine, just like, I'm so bad at this, Matt. I mean, not talking to him online, but like meeting people, and not knowing what to say or do or anything. He probably won't like me once he meets me. Matt, Blaine! Why do you do that? Don't do that! Blaine, I know, but if I meet him and I don't tell him about my stutter, it'll be weird. Or I'll be weird and he'll be weird and everything will be bad and weird. But I don't know how to tell him before I meet him. Matt, I repeat, Blaine! Blaine, yes. Matt, I mean, I know you need to talk about this, but don't get so down on yourself. From what I can tell, he's pretty into you. Or he wouldn't want to meet you, period. And he definitely wouldn't want to talk to you like every night for hours. Blaine, I know. Matt, good. Do you really know, or are you just pretending to know, so I'll shut up? Blaine, I guess I mostly know. But it doesn't really help all the time. Sometimes it just feels like nothing good can come from this. Matt, everything good could come from this. Just remember that you're a good person. You're a nice guy. Just because sometimes you have trouble talking doesn't change what you're actually saying. And if Kurt listens to you, he'll like you in real life as much as he likes you online, okay? Blaine, okay. Matt, and if he doesn't listen to you, he's not actually worth your time. Blaine, you sound like my brother. Matt, your brother is obviously very, very smart. Subject change. So you really think he might be the face? Blaine, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like totally sure about it. Other times, not so much. Why can't you remember Rachel the barista's roommate's name? Matt, because she talked a lot. And I wasn't actually friends with her. You could just ask him, Blaine. Blaine, I know, but I enjoy the mystery. Sort of. Not really, that's a lie. But what would I even say? How do I broach that topic with any kind of nonchalance? Did you bump into a guy wearing an ugly red hat in February? He didn't speak, but he saluted you and then ran away? Because if so, that was me. Matt, yeah, I see your point. Kinda lame sauce. I get it now. Blaine, I definitely don't know enough about the face to even make a decent guess. Matt, but as previously discussed, the face knows enough about you. That is, if that's who you were talking to. He could put the pieces together. Blaine, I thought for sure when I sent him the candlelight version of the tuna salad song, he would immediately guess who I was. I feel like the face would have guessed. But alas, Kurt didn't say anything, so Kurt probably does not equal the face. Matt, or maybe he just hated the tuna song and didn't want to bring it up. Blaine, dude, he loved the tuna salad song. He told me. Matt, in the little corridor outside the men's bathroom at the coffee shop, and your eyes lingered, yada 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 da 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 da. Blaine, At 9:38 p.m. Kurt, so how did it go with Cooper then? Blaine, really, really well. He was amazing. It was relieving. For a long time I didn't even fully realize what a good brother Cooper is, but it was like my own insecurities that kept me from realizing it. Kurt, what do you mean? Blaine, he's almost 10 years older than me, and growing up I thought I just annoyed him. But the older I got, the more fun we have together, particularly since I left for college. We've just really been getting along. Kurt, that's awesome, Blaine. I mean, I just have Finn, but I think I get it. There's something about acceptance like that. Blaine, for sure. Kurt, did you ask him to come over when you talked to your parents? Blaine, actually, he offered before I could even ask, really. It was awesome to feel supported. Kurt, this is really good. Blaine, it is. I feel, not good about it. Truth be told, I feel terrified. But I really do feel better knowing that Cooper is going to be there. Kurt, that's good, Blaine. Blaine, thank you for talking to me about this. I don't really know what I would have done without your help this summer. Kurt, well, probably you would have failed lit class, or stalked and killed D. Marshall. Likely both. Blaine, probably. That sounds like something I would do. Kurt, before we stray too far away from this sincerity, I don't know what I would have done without you this summer either. You made the whole thing a lot more fun. I probably would have actually stalked and killed D. Marshall. Blaine, so mutual fun was had by all. Kurt, yep. You're probably using blessing font, right? Blaine, yeah. Sincerity makes me glow. Sorry about that. Kurt, why would you ever be sorry about blushing? Blaine, I have no idea. Sometimes I make unnecessary apologies, which now I want to apologize for. Kurt, vicious cycle of apologies! End it now! Blaine, okay, sorry. At 9:42 p.m. Matt, so now what's happening? I'm bored. Let me live vicariously through you. Blaine, I told him my parents are away, so he was asking if I talked to them yet. Well, first he asked if I was going to have a party. Matt, did you talk to them yet? Blaine, you would know if I talked to them, which is pretty much what I said to him. I figure I'll take the coward's way. I'll just, yell over my shoulder at them while getting on the plane for school. Oh, Mom and Dad, P.S., I'm gay! Matt, you don't even know how to yell. I've barely heard you talk above a 5 on a scale of 10. Blaine, I talked to my parents at least a 7 last month, and I got into a screaming match with my dad the other day. Matt, with your dad? Blaine, yeah. Matt, anything you'd like to vent about? Blaine, it's really, really embarrassing and kind of awful. Matt, okay, you don't have to talk about it. Blaine, no, I should. We went to get coffee at a place where you have to give your name, and I didn't notice. I wasn't ready with a fake name, and I had a panic attack. I couldn't talk, and all the people around me thought I was having a seizure. Matt, oh man, terrible. But you're always ready. I've seen you be so smooth. Telling baristas fake names with a smile on your face. Blaine, I know. I was getting really good at it back in NY. but here at home, I let my guard down or something, and poof, the worst happened. Matt, so your dad got mad at you for that? That's dickish, to say the very least. Blaine, well, that's where it started. But then he came out to the car where I was hiding, and he said something stupid and mean, and I just freaked out. Matt, you freaked out? You? Blaine, I did. I lost it on him. I called him a hateful son of a bitch. And then I yelled at him about how he treats me, and about how he treats my mom. Matt, whoa. Blaine, he was really nasty to me. But at least I said what I wanted to say for so long, about how he could help me and doesn't. Matt, I'm really impressed, Blaine. It's actually a little unbelievable. You yelled? Blaine, yes, I can yell. I yell at the kids at work all the time. Matt, fine, Blaine. I mean, I'm proud of you if you really did yell, but you don't have to lie to me. Blaine, I'm not lying. I'm going to call and yell at you right now. Why must you tease me so? Matt, sure, whatever you say, little buddy. Blaine, STFU. Matt, shutting up. Blaine, in other news, I did come out to Cooper when I saw him. At 9:29 p.m. Blaine, you may speak. Matt, thank you. What did he say? Blaine, that he already kind of knew. Matt, yes. I'm not surprised by his reaction. You give off a vibe. You're not like super gay, but there's something there. Blaine, thanks, I guess. He was cool with it, so that's good. If my parents disown me, I still have Coop. Matt, you still have me too. You could come live in Pittsburgh and share a room with my little sister. She has the cutest, tiniest trundle bed. It would be perfect for you. My parents wouldn't even notice you amongst their numerous other children. Blaine, I'm not tiny. Matt, you're petite, pequeño. Blaine, you're an ass. Matt, no, I'm not. You love me. Blaine, I love you in spite of the fact you're an ass. Matt, I accept that. So now what's happening? At 10:05 p.m. Blaine, so Cooper said he'd come over while I tell them, and at least I can always go live with him if they disown me, disavow my existence, take me out of the will, throw me to the lions. Kurt, if they throw you to the lions, you'll never make it to Cooper's. Blaine, truth. Kurt, when are you planning on doing this? Blaine, they won't be back until Monday. So, maybe Tuesday? I'm scared, but I can't keep putting it off. And I know as soon as I make sure Cooper's gonna be there, I'm gonna have to actually do it. Like, follow through with my plan. And not just write them a kindly worded letter once I get back to school. Or have you write them a kindly worded letter when I get back to school. Dear Sir and or Ma'am, your son is gay. Sincerely, Kurt Hummel. Kurt, I have exquisite penmanship. Blaine, I don't doubt it. Kurt, so what is going to happen when you get back to school? Can we meet? I mean, unless you don't want to, which would be a little weird considering how much we talk. But no pressure. Blaine, I want to. But Kurt, can I get through this stuff with my parents first? I almost don't want to think about good stuff while I still need to get through this bad stuff. Kurt, you really think it's going to be that bad? Blaine, let's put it this way. Things have been rocky with my dad this summer, and we had a crazy fight before they left for their trip. About almost nothing. Like, literally at the base of it, the fight was about a cup of coffee. An iced mocha, to be exact. Kurt, seriously? Blaine, that's where it started, yeah. I need to wrap my head around what might happen here, and I really want to meet you, and I'm nervous as hell about it, in a good way, but I'm even more nervous about coming out to my parents, and there's only so much nervousness I have to go around. Kurt, I get it, Blaine. Thanks for explaining it to me. Blaine, it's the least I can do. Kurt, do you promise to tell me about how it goes? Good, bad, or lions? Blaine, I promise. At 10:26 p.m. Rachel, I can hear you singing loudly. Kurt, for the love of God, Rachel! You could just come in here and talk to me. Rachel, I'm feeling lazy. Kurt, fine. I think we had a moment, Blaine and I. Rachel, ooh la la, of cyber sex? Kurt, could you be more inappropriate? We were just talking about meeting. Well, I was, and he was semi-blowing me off again, but I think I get it. Rachel, you really like him, huh? Kurt, I do actually. I just can't figure out what he wants. Rachel, maybe he just doesn't know. Kurt, he's always telling me he's shy and nervous in real life, but it's almost hard to believe because he's so winsome online. I mean, he's a total dork, but he's funny and smart, and I'm so weirdly attracted to this guy I've never even met. Rachel, maybe he's fugly. I had to go look up winsome. Where the hell did you find that word? Kurt, it's Blaine's fault. My increasing vocabulary is his fault. That's just what he's like. And all those stupid fake cursors. Cheese on a cracker and shit like that. Rachel, well, obviously, he's a terrible influence on you. Walk away, Kurt. Don't ever look back. Kurt, you know, it's weird. I don't really think much about what he looks like. I mean, I've wondered, but not as much as you might assume. I guess because he's so cute personality-wise, I can't imagine him not at least being a cute person. Even if he was sort of fugly, like, his personality is so appealing to me that his physical attractiveness might not matter. Rachel, huh, that's interesting. I'm impressed, Kurt. Kurt, because usually I'm a superficial bitch or something? Rachel, no, I didn't mean that at all. But you're very earnest right now, not being sarcastic or flippant. This is why I love you. I mean, I love you when you're a bitch, too. That's half the fun. But I love seeing this side of you, too. Kurt, aw, you're nice. I love when you're nice and not being stupid, vain, or obnoxiously competitive. Rachel, yay for our good qualities. Kurt, dance party later to celebrate being decent people. Rachel, I'm dancing right now. You're not dancing? Anyway. Kurt, SMH. He really kind of laid out why he's not ready to meet, and I think I sort of get it. But I always feel like he's withholding something. There's just no way to figure out what. If he's hiding something, he's doing a really good job. Rachel, can I see what you guys have been talking about? Maybe I can help? Kurt, I guess. I mean, it's all pretty personal for him. And if anything ever comes of us, you can never, ever tell him I let you read our IMs. But I really do need to talk to someone about it. Rachel, please, Kurt, pretty please. Kurt, I'm not cutting and pasting. You may come in and read over my shoulder. Rachel, fine, but I'm bringing my dance party with me. Rachel signed off at 10:34 p.m.